The iQunix F96 is a compact full-size keyboard with Cherry MX switches. It has a starting retail price of $199. The F96 series is offered in many different variants. You have several different themes available. You can choose between wired and wireless, RGB and non-RGB, and there are also 5 different Cherry MX switch types to choose from. Special thanks to iQunix for sending out this peach F96 with RGB and wireless options. We're going to be unboxing this today, and I'll also give you guys my first impressions. Today's video is brought to you by Asceny, the mechanical keyboard cable for keyboard enthusiasts. Asceny cables are PET double sleeved and come with stiff plastic injected connectors. The cables feature a 6-inch coil that is flexible yet really durable. They come in 4 different colors and currently retail for $25 on Amazon. Links in the description below if you're interested. At the front and center of the box, you have the iQunix logo and brand in embossed metallic lettering. Although iQunix has taken a simple approach to the packaging, it seems like it's been carefully crafted. There isn't anything else other than this label at the back of the box. Let's go ahead and open it up. You know you have a premium product on your hands when you have that good suction effect. Anyway, the first thing that you'll notice here is a dust cover, and then you have the keyboard beneath it. If you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know I like to save this for last. Let's go ahead and see what else is in the box. At the very bottom of it, you'll notice there is some product documentation. Here is the first insert. This keyboard is the F96. It looks like these are the product specifications. On the inside of this insert, you'll notice some instructions for wired and Bluetooth connections. Again, this keyboard does have 2 different variants, wired and wireless. Here's some other specifications on various layouts and RGB functions. So that's the first insert. Here is the next insert. You do have a USB adapter in the box, and then here is the back. On our third and final insert, you have a little guide on replacing the bigger keycaps. So we have some directions on that. There is a correct method to removing the spacebar. You do have some English directions as well as Chinese. That's the third and final insert. The final thing that you'll notice here is an iQunix sticker. So there's that. But the bottom of the box, if you notice here, is padded pretty well. There seems to be a little container here on the right side of the box. You can actually remove this box altogether. Let's go ahead and see what's inside. The first thing I see here is what appears to be a keycap puller and a switch puller. So other than that, you do have a little dongle here. I'll go ahead and open it up. There's a closer look at the dongle. Looks like a Type-C input right there, as well as a USB receiver on this end. So there's the USB adapter. The next thing that you'll notice is what appears to be the Type-C USB cable. Let's go ahead and open it up. So here it is braided, so it seems quite sturdy. We can go ahead and take a look at some of the connector ends right there. You can see a little bit of the iQunix branding on both ends, but overall a nice light gray / silver cable. A couple of things that I noticed that came out of the box. You do have what looks like some rubber feet replacements. Up next, you do have what appears to be the stabilizing pieces for the stabilizers. And then a nice pleasant surprise, you do have some Accent Keycaps. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what these look like, but they all appear to be light blue. Again, I did get the peach variant, so there might be different colors when it comes to Accent Keycaps. So we'll take a closer look to all of these keycaps individually later in the video, but so far they feel really premium, really solid and thick walls. Overall seems like some pretty high quality keycaps. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the contents of the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at that keyboard. So here's the keyboard, and it is wrapped in a little bit of plastic. Let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so here's my first look at the keyboard, and let me just say I'm a bit surprised. The keyboard feels a little thin, but it has a really nice weight to it, and it feels like a quality keyboard. Let's go ahead and start by taking a look at these keycaps. So these keycaps are made of PBT plastic. The legends are dye-sublimated and not shine through. However, the font on these keycaps is really sharp, there's a lot of contrast, and it's really easy to see. There is a little bit of texture, but overall the keycaps feel very nice. The walls on these keycaps are thick and consistent for the most part. I'm getting an average of 1.28 millimeters. The centering of the keycaps is not the best, but definitely not the worst that I've seen. When it comes to replacement keycap options, the F96 is non-standard. You might encounter some problems when finding the correct row height for several of the productivity keys and the 1.75U right shift key. Other than that, the keycaps look amazing and seem to fit the theme really well. iQunix also included 5 additional theme keycaps that you can use to replace any of the 1U keys in the top 2 rows. Let's go ahead and take a look at the switches. What I have here are Cherry MX Browns. The F96 comes in 5 different Cherry MX variants: Cherry MX Blue, Red, brown, pink, and silver. The Cherry MX Browns in particular have a total travel distance of 4mm and an actuation point of 2mm. They are tactile switches with a really subtle bump. I like using them for productivity, but everyone has their own preference. Now this keyboard is not hot swappable, and the included switch puller can be used to help in the removal of the stabilizers, but we'll get to that later in the video. Moving on to the body of the keyboard. The case is made of aluminum and is extremely durable. There's no flex whatsoever. The bezels are 4 separate panels that screw in together. The screws are exposed, but I kinda like it. It gives off this sleek semi-industrial look. On the back left-hand side of the keyboard, you have a Type-C USB port. It is recessed quite a bit. I think it'll fit most cables, but not all of them. Taking a look at the bottom, iQunix maintains that simplistic approach with their design. The center bulges out a bit to make room for that 4000 mAh battery, but all you see here is the iQunix logo, the F96 branding, and some product information. Underneath, you have this little tag that indicates the wireless Bluetooth functionality, and to the right, you have a little switch to toggle in between wired and wireless modes. The keyboard has 2 sets of rubber feet. The bottom ones are pill-shaped and recessed into the case, while the top are part of these removable cone feet that give the keyboard a 6-degree typing angle. iQunix advertises this as the golden angle that relieves wrist fatigue. I can't say it's the best angle for everyone, but it was definitely comfortable for me to type on without a wrist rest. Moving on to the reason I got this keyboard in the first place, the RGB. The RGB actually isn't the brightest on this keyboard, and there's a reason for that. If you take a look at the metal plate here, it's not white and reflective like you might find on other keyboards. As a result, the RGB is a little bit muted. Another thing that I noticed is there is quite a bit of bleed through with these keycaps, but other than that, there is some upside with the RGB on this keyboard. It is customizable on board by simply using the FN key paired with other keys. You can rotate through the RGB modes with shift and switch RGB monochrome colors with backslash. You can adjust the brightness using up and down, while the effect speed can be changed with left and right. There is software available to further customize the RGB and set up per key lighting. I'll be displaying the various RGB modes in full detail at the end of the video if you're interested. Overall, the RGB isn't the brightest, but I'm more than content with it. Next up, we have the sound test. I'll spend some time with the keyboard and I'll give you guys my overall impressions. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about my overall experience typing on the iQunix F96. There's truly a lot to like about this keyboard. The construction is on point, the metal panels have grooves that the base slides into, and it all fits together perfectly. I really enjoyed the typing experience. I've said this before, but I like using tactile switches for productivity. The stabilizers are different than most keyboards, but they were generously lubed and reduced rattle for the most part. iQunix was kind enough to include multiple stabilizer clips for replacement. There was only a small amount of case ping, and iQunix's attempt to lessen this did not go unnoticed, as we did open up the keyboard and found a layer of foam wedged in between the PCB and the bottom of the case. The keyboard worked really well for gaming, however I strongly prefer smaller 60 to 65% keyboards for more space. The wireless typing experience was flawless. I did not experience any latency when typing on my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. There is also software available for the F96. It's pretty straightforward and easy to use. You can create multiple profiles and you have various customizations for lighting, keybinds, and macros. There are currently 17 different RGB modes, and yes, you can adjust the lighting per key. You have several different keybind options. I in particular remap my mute, volume down, and volume up keys since I use those frequently. Lastly, you also have the ability to map different macros. Let me go ahead and show you guys the most important one. Please! Please! No! That's pretty much it for the video. The iQunix F96 is a great keyboard, and though it is pricey, you do get a lot of features for the money. From the unboxing experience to the construction of the keyboard and the inclusion of noise dampening material, the attention to detail that iQunix put into this keyboard was really apparent. The biggest negative that I gathered from the keyboard is the keycap bleed through with the RGB lighting. There were times that the lighting appeared to muddy up the legend so much that I had to turn the RGB off. One thing that I would have liked to see added at this price point is hot swap functionality. But overall, the iQunix F96 series has my recommendation for a solid full-size keyboard. The starting price is $199, and adding both RGB and wireless functionality will set you back another $50. If you guys are interested in the keyboard, you can use my promo code LilRiceBuncher to get 5% off. Affiliate links in the description below. As always, if you have any questions at all, drop a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel by subscribing. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I gotta go eat some rice. This is Lil Rice Muncher Gaming, signing off. Thanks.